Really nice to meet you. My name is Margot. This is Talkaoke, which is a pop-up talk show. And the way this works, and for anybody who's kind of watching or kind of hanging on the fringes, the way this works is that we just have a conversation.
This is my doctor.
Okay.
How many doctors?
Sabir.
Right, so you, Aisha Hussein is saying that she comes here to her doctors. One. Right. So you come here how often?
What?
How often do you come to see your doctor?
Oh, today I'm coming to now.
Okay, you're giving blood. Welcome, new face around the table. What's her name? Sabir. Hello people, this is Talkaoke. So we've got Aisha Hussein, we've got Sabir. It's like a black jack-to-jack cable. It should be in a box. I think it's going to go into here. Let's go ahead. Oh, no. Red and the other colour. Right, we've got another new face around the table. They're all coming now, aren't they? Larice, and who else have we got here? Amir, welcome Amir, and I'm Margot. This is Talkaoke pop-up talk show. So Aisha Hussein is here to give blood. I mean, what? Do people give blood? Like, have you ever given blood, Sabir?
Once, and I was terrified. I hate needles.
You hate needles? Like, what is it? Like, what about you? Are you scared of needles? Okay, to 10 o'clock, and then what's going to happen? Are you allowed to get a treat, like some chocolate afterwards? Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to think going wrong because
Oh,
here we go.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you.
Thank you, everyone. This is a bit better. So, okay, so at the moment at this pop-up talk show, and by the way, if you're just like hanging around on the fringes, this is Talkaoke, you're welcome to come and join in. You can just sit down and listen and just see what happens. Come and join us. Like, come and join us. We've got really comfortable seats as well, so that's kind of what's happening. Well, maybe you can also join if you want, for those running around. Yeah, come and join us. So at the moment, Aisha Hussein is here to give blood. But because you're diabetic, you're not going to get any treats afterwards. I mean, Sabir, you have given blood, and it was terrifying. If you knew there's a treat at the end of that, would that incentivize you?
No, I still hate needles.
Okay, so what about yourselves? I mean, like giving blood, like any thoughts, any experiences?
Yeah, I've given blood once, but I know that like maybe 5 years ago I was terrified of needles. I remember I was going on holiday once, and we had to get these little vaccines before we go on, and I think I cried for like 2 hours, and I ended up not getting the needles. So, and then, but eventually I've grown out of that phase. So when we came to the COVID vaccine, that was a much better experience for me.
Okay, so if you cry loud enough, you can get away with not having a needle stuck in you. I mean, is this true? I mean, is it? Have you ever cried at the doctor's?
I'm very happy, my doctor.
You're very happy? What is it about your doctor that is so good? And
I like because good looking me.
okay, yeah.
I'm not whiskey, I'm not alcohol. But sometimes when you go wedding, sometimes half a glass.
Okay, so actually you are a very easy patient at your GP's. Maybe you're one of the favourites because it sounds like you've got a very moderate lifestyle. You don't drink, you're not alcoholic, you said, that's good to know. And it's good for you, but a little bit of a shot now and then, it's good. It's good for health. Okay, so shots of alcohol now and then for good health. I mean, do people have any other kind of controversial remedies? I mean, is alcohol controversial? I don't know. We did talk about it some time ago. I mean, do you have any kind of special remedies, Sabir?
I don't. I just let my body do the work and let it heal naturally.
Okay, hello, welcome to Talkaoke. Grab a seat and get involved. At the moment we're talking about the GP here. I mean, do you know there's a GP surgery?
Yes, Stradley Walk. I lived there all my life. In Bromley-by-Bow. I was born in Bow all my life. I know this area very, very well.
Okay, what's your name, by the way?
Samantha.
Hey Samantha, so we've got Aisel Hussein, we've got Amir, we've got Laura, we've got Sabia, and what is your name?
Richard.
And I'm Margot, and this is Talkaoke, and we've got Vanessa on the cameras there, so that's what's happening. So you are actually from Bow?
I was born in Bow in my life 45 years ago with my mum and dad. We used to live down the road from here called Bruce Road, and I remember it well because when I was little, this wasn't even here then, so all this wasn't even here then, and I'm just glad that they got sent out of it. And I remember playing with say when I was a toddler around the roots of where all my friends, everyone knew each other and all that stuff. But it's just memories for me.
Yeah, so you remember Bow from before it was all like this, when it was maybe a little bit easier to know where things are.
It was still wastelands then, it wasn't nothing like this now.
Okay, so wasteland, okay, I mean, are you from Bow, Richard? Where are you coming from today?
To go out from Limehouse.
Limehouse. Okay, so not too far away, but it is. I mean, are there many differences between Limehouse and Bow? A bit of a mix. What about yourself, Aisel Hussein? Where do you live? Do you live in Bow?
In Turkish Street.
Okay.
I am not sorry. Maybe half an hour I'm coming today.
Okay, and that's on foot. You come in. Have you? Do you agree? Remind me your name. Samantha. Do you agree with Susanna? It's in my head. It's Susanna, but it's not. It's Samantha, isn't it?
Yeah.
So do you agree with Samantha that maybe it used to look slightly differently here? Do you remember it?
I don't know.
How long have you lived in Bow for?
Before we lived 3 months, my husband's sister lived from the Bible. Now, you know, San Andrew Hospital, near, I'm living now 26 years, 7 years.
Okay. Devon's Road. Okay. Okay. So that's nice. So your family was here before. Your husband's sister first.
My husband, 2 sisters,
Oh,
just my husband.
okay. Right. I mean, is it a place for whole families to live? I mean, is Bow one of those places where you grow up, but then you kind of move away, or do you move back in? Like, do people?
I have been around Bow not for a long time, but since coming back, it's the biggest change. A lot of changes. I think a lot of changes in my life.
What's the biggest one?
I think here, Bromley-by-Bow Centre, and probably where I'm living now, Wapping.
Okay, so you are living in Wapping. Okay, so we've got people from all around East London. Really, we've got Limehouse, we've got Wapping, we've got down the road. Louise, where are you hailing from?
I'm from Talkaoke, Bethnal Green section.
Okay, Bethnal Green. So big up Bethnal Green. What about yourself? Where are you hailing from today?
I'm coming from North West London, so like.
North West London, guys. Have you ever been to North West London?
No.
No. Would you like to go?
Yeah, one day.
Okay, sell us the North West London area. Like, what's it like? Is it worth visiting?
Yeah, I mean, it's a quiet area. Everything's kind of convenient. It took me an hour and 20 minutes to get here today, so it's quite far away. Yeah, we're really committed to the cause. But yeah, no, it's a lovely area. I've been there my whole life since I come from Surrey, Guildford. I moved to North West London. I've been there my whole life, so it's a lovely area.
Okay, so North West London. I mean, is that enough information for you guys to maybe go on a little day trip from Limehouse or Wapping or down the road?
Yeah, definitely. Everyone's to visit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe after this we'll come and visit you. Why not? No, you're busy because you're doing the blood thing.
26 years this history.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not fight, not nothing. All
That's the taxi one.
people.
Okay, so it's a quiet area. No fights. No kind of rudeness. Nothing. It's like a really lovely place. Is it similar to Surrey or North?
Surrey wasn't really the best place for us. So yeah, it's kind of move out of there. But yeah, no, North West London, yeah, it's much more of a, you feel like kind of community. Everyone knows everyone, everyone gets along, so it's quite nice.
Okay, so community, I mean, is there a sense of community around here? But I will just quickly check who else is around the table, like where people are hailing from. Where are you from?
I came from Lower Clapton, so that's just above Hackney Central.
What are our thoughts on Hackney? Have you been to Hackney? Hackney Central? Yeah? Have you been to Hackney Central? Where did you go to when you went?
Sometimes I'm going, can't visit.
Okay, for like a little friendly little trip, right? What about you guys? What did you do?
Hackney, the Hackney Empire.
Okay, Hackney Empire. Have you ever been to Hackney Empire, Laura?
I haven't been inside. I always wondered what was there because it looks very like what's the word? Interesting architecture. Like what's the from like 1920s? I recognize maybe a little bit later. I don't know. What's the story of that place?
Okay, so Hackney Empire, what is this building? Why is it shaped like this? What kind of architecture is it? And then I'll leave you alone, Lara, because I know that you have to set up things. But I mean, and also just Sabir, quickly, where are you coming from today?
I come from Limehouse.
Limehouse. Okay, Limehouse, massive. Okay, hello, this is a pop-up talk show. At the moment, we're finding out where people are coming from. Where you guys came from here today? It's a very clunky sentence, I have to. Hello, welcome to your seat. Don't be scared, we are very friendly.
I'll tell you more about learning disabilities. We've got learning disabilities and it's tough because
let's just sit this man down. Oh, he's putting a lanyard on. Like, what is your lanyard saying? First of all, what's your name? That's probably a good start. Ibrahim, and what's your name? Ayala. So Ayala, Ibrahim, Alia Hussein, Larice, we've got Amir, we've got Laura, we've got Sabir, we've got Richard, and we also have got Samantha. Yes, not Susan. I don't know who Susan is.
Okay.
Forget about it. Okay, so at the moment we're talking about where people are coming from, and if I'm a bit too loud on the mic, let me know because I do get excited and carried away. It's just me all the way. We've been talking about the GP practice here. Did you know there's a GP practice here? This is a pop-up talk show. You're welcome to join in. Just talking about Bromley-by-Bow. That never used to be here, what, 20 years ago?
Stradley Walk. It's the,
What about it?
Because I used to use the doctor's surgery down there. And then we used to have another doctor's surgery because he was my family doctor. Dr. Hurley, when I was growing up, and he was the family doctor. And that was just that way down in Bow. But it's just memories for me. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, I mean, so Ibrahim and Ayala, do you guys have memories of Bromley, of this area, of your family doctor? Is it a memorable figure in your lives?
Yeah, of course. I live in Poplar. Yeah, but Bromley-by-Bow now. I was working in test school here for like 7-8 years, so I know Bromley-by-Bow. But sometimes I was working there as security.
Yeah.
And we have difficult shoplifters that will take expensive items, so sometimes we can chase them up to this end. So we know all the comments here, we understand more. But this center it has improved a lot from days back.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what, Ibrahim, this is a very interesting point because we were just saying, I mean, Hussein was saying that this is a very safe area. You live just down the road and you really like it here. People are friendly and nice. And you're saying
It's not
exactly like that.
It's like the total opposite.
Okay, what about you?
Well, I haven't lived here for a long period.
Just jump on a mic. I've got really micro hands to me.
Yeah, basically, I haven't lived here for that long. I lived here probably for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about Taiwan, but from what I've experienced so far, the community, the diversity of the community in general is brilliant because of different cultures. They're very welcoming as well.
I mean, what are the cultures of this area? Like, who lives here? Like, I hear that a lot of times. It's a diverse place, and there's lots of cultures. But which cultures? Who lives here?
Well, majority is Bangladesh community, and there's a bit of Somali community.
Right.
It's a mixture, really. It's a mixture, really, from what I've seen, especially the Whitechapel area. It's definitely Somali or someone like that.
That's what I said, it's how it's changed over the years. Because when I was little, it was just like, a long time ago, it was like, where they used to have like the riots
Right.
And the riots, they thought it was going to hit Bow. And I remember that well because when I was a toddler, but it didn't hit Bow. It just hit it, say like the northern parts, so like Birmingham, Liverpool, and that kind of areas. But it was just like it didn't hit here. And this would have been, say, 41 years ago.
So what was it about 41 years ago? Does anybody know about this? Have you heard about the riots in Liverpool? No? No? Have you heard about any riots? Have you ever participated in a riot? Okay, fine. I mean, so what happened? How come Bromley-by-Bow was exempt from the riots? Is it to do with the diversity?
It was to do with culture. The culture could be like race, it's race, and all that stuff. So they thought it was going to hit here, but it didn't. And it was they were like showing like say fire, like petrol bombs, everything.
Okay, so
and it was very hard. And then I say like the music culture reflected that, was the times and everything, and it was just sad because it was like, say if you were black you would have been targeted, if you were white it doesn't matter, because when the BNP, this was during the 90s, they didn't hit people like us who were like mixed race. They was like picking on, like say, people who were, say, Asian or Bangladesh, but they didn't pick on, say, people who were mixed race. It was like pick on black people. And I remember that because I was like annoyed saying, why they was like picking on black people, not like people who were like, say, mixed race. And that's when I was like missed.
Okay, so this is, you gave us a lot of points there. So, I mean, Tower Hamlets, okay, it's a lovely place. But were you aware, Ali Hussein, of these riots? I mean, have you always felt safe in the area?
I am lived 26 years. I am very quiet. I am not go fight. I am not ready to fight.
Okay, so you wouldn't start a fight. You may want to, but you're not going to do that. You're a peacemaker. You're a peaceful person. Okay, so that's very interesting. And also, this is a call out to anybody who wants to get involved. We're talking about Bow, we're talking about this area, talking about racial tensions, is it fair to say, and maybe safety, and maybe how the area has changed in the past, how is it now, and what's kind of going on. You are fairly new to the area, I would say, Ibrahim, you know the area a little bit. What do you make of all of this? Have you heard about these riots?
Yeah, for the, as I would say, compared to other areas, you take this like Brixton, for example, to South London. I think Bromley-by-Bow or Tower Hamlets in general is relatively calm. There's a lot of tolerance. There's a lot of tolerance between people, and we know about the diversity, so everybody accepts each other. So it's a good place to live. Generally, if you want to think about crime, of course, in every community you must have exceptions. Only to bad people like this, of course, but relatively it's good. And I think relating to the riot, I think what have changed a lot is migration.
Okay.
Yeah, because so many people mixed. And most of these people before are just like gone out of the area that you have relocated to different places, you see, and now even this time, let's now think of a place like Canary is taking over. These kind of buildings, the council is not having much houses again. So it's gradually it's becoming like a middle class area.
Yeah, right, so there's a big kind of diversity. Welcome to this pop-up talk show. Welcome to join in, talking about Tower Hamlets, talking about diversity of communities here, but you threw in diversity of buildings. So we've got Canary Wharf dominating Tower Hamlets, maybe taking over. Are we open-minded enough to be acceptant of diverse buildings and architecture? What's your name, by the way? Again? Carrie-Anne, do you have a favourite building in Bromley? Grab a seat. Oh, that's okay. We'll keep an eye on them. Or can you see them from here? Just grab a seat so you can be comfortably looking.
No, I really like to take a look around, especially down by my end. There's some older buildings.
Yeah.
So there's some nice ones down there.
Okay, and what kinds of buildings are they? Like, do you know what's inside them? It's just like you just admire from afar.
Just mainly admire from afar. Quite often we go with the kids and look for the blue plaque buildings. So they have more of a history to them, and then the kids can go and research what the building was used for before.
All right, like so blue plaque buildings. I mean, do you people like? Do you see them around? Are there many blue plaque buildings around Bromley-by-Bow? I mean,
Yeah. And you've got Gandhi's one, which is just on the side
it's history,
there.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's history.
have you seen a Gandhi plaque?
That's what I lived in all my life. I don't know what's around here.
So what? Wait. So why was Gandhi here? And welcome. This is a pop-up talk show. Talking about Gandhi right now. Did you know he's got a blue plaque over there? I didn't know this. Did you know? I mean, are there any kind of like celebrity? Well, Gandhi is a celebrity, but also not just a celebrity. Are there any kind of people that you would like to kind of see commemorated? This is a pop-up talk show. Welcome to join in.
But in terms of the building and development, yeah, it's making the place very nice and good looking. But there's another side of it because it's not affordable. And this place is supposed to be a working class area. You see, so that's the other side. You might be happy, but it's not. It's like the haves and have-nots. So gradually, it's like the working class are moving away because we can't afford it.
Right, so okay, so here's a new kind of angle as well. So there are a lot of buildings, and yeah, some of them may be actually even nice. But are they affordable? This is the question. I mean, this is like a younger side of the table. They're just kind of like congregating there. I mean, are you guys kind of concerned about this affordability of buildings, anything like that? Have you got any views? And also, like, take a seat on the table if you want. Me, the spokesperson.
So I've just graduated now as well. I'm looking for like a job and whatnot. And I'm sure it's going to come down to a point where I'm going to want to...
Interesting conversation. Look around.
Yeah, so obviously I'm going to want to move out at one point and whatnot. So
let me just grab this mic. If you guys are going to have a little mooch around, when you come back, let us know what is happening there. But before you go, can you give us your final thoughts? Anything that we talked about that you enjoyed or hated, or maybe a new subject that you'd like to throw in?
Just enjoy the event and see, because you don't know. Start meeting people. That's what I'm going to say. Just start meeting people, because you don't know. If you try something new, you don't know what you're going to get.
Okay, and I've got a question, just because we are here talking about all sorts of things, but also wanting to find out what brings people out, what gets them kind of like active and involved in the community.
Lockdown, cool start.
Right.
Lockdown, cool start. Not going out and meeting people.
How do you get people out and mingle again after lockdown?
It's hard. It's hard, trust me, it's hard.
What got you out of the house?
I just like going out.
So it's the attitude?
It's attitude. It's your attitude. If you've got it, you've got it. If you've got the motivation, fight Boris Johnson, because if he's the one who caused it, he's the one who keeps saying people that confusing people with today. Wearing this, we don't see many people wearing this and all that. And that's hard, because what is it with the mask? The mask ain't a fashion, it's just so you can stay safe. But I would say to people, if you can't wear the mask, design a badge what says you can't. Because
okay, so be clear about whether you can or can't wear a mask, but just stick to the rules. But
no. Every time I go out, people don't wear masks.
Yeah, but then they could design something, what's this? Because it's still around now, the COVID-19. Because I'm doing a thing on it to encourage people either to get the jab or not. But it's just to say, but you could design your own thing. It don't have to be this. What's your favourite pattern?
Right, so
then design your own.
So maybe be creative with face masks, and actually COVID is not over. I mean, and also, it's about having motivation to leave the house. Hating on Boris Johnson is one of the motivations. You can go out in a protest, yeah? Richard, are you going to come away with any kind of new... Just the same old thoughts. But I really appreciate you guys. Yeah?
Just have fun.
Have fun. Okay, are you having fun? Are you planning to have fun today?
We do always have fun.
Fantastic, that's what I like to hear. But give him a round of applause. So guys, go and have a look around. And let us know what's happening in this Bromley-by-Bow. Ibrahim, are you scooching as well? No, you're just picking up your umbrella. Alright, so people, this is still Talkaoke. We can take this conversation in whatever direction we want to. The whole thing about Talkaoke is it's up to you to decide on the subject. So I will do a little recap. Normally I have a sound effects pad, but I didn't connect it up properly. And now it's a bit late in the day to connect it. I might do it later if I feel so it starts off, Aliyah Hussein, you come here to see your GP. Actually, you are a very good patient because you live your life in moderation, and therefore you are just as healthy as an oak, or as an ox. I don't know what people say. Is that true?
Me, only one road. Only one road. Me, everybody same looking. When you go out, everybody help me. I'm 45 years. I'm disconfident. I'm born in Cyprus. I got 5 children and come back here. I am very happy.
Okay, so people are friendly and they do help you when you're out on the street. And it doesn't matter they came from Cyprus, people just seem to just get on with it.
Really, really very happy because lots of people help me. Sometimes back, sometimes up. Very happy.
That's very good. I mean, like, Ibrahim, what about yourself? I mean, do you ever help other people on the street? I mean, like, what do you think of this? Is your experience being out on the street similar to Aliyah Hussein's?
Yeah, sure, because for the last 2 years and 2.5 years since the lockdown, even when the COVID was high there, we have been in the deep end there, engaging people, giving them masks to protect themselves, advising them the vaccine, promotions, even lateral flu kits. We have been there, helping people listen to their concerns, you know. So that's why we are even here today to talk about general well-being, especially with the elders, because we find out that so many of them have been suffering in silence. That's why I appreciate people like you coming here, to allow people at least to take things off their chest. Because people might be walking silently, or they are depressed, disillusioned, you know, when they have opportunity like this.
Just talking.
Yeah, it makes them feel better, especially the elders. They don't have appointment now, they can't have GP accesses, GP, when people and everything has been directed that they should go online for. And some of these elderly people, they don't have nothing to do with computer. They don't know, but you want them to do their appointments online.
Yeah.
So they are all suffering. That's all this message out there.
Okay, so what about the health of the elders in the area? I mean, you're kind of out and about, you talk to a lot of people, you're helping people get out of the house, maybe technology, okay, it's a positive thing, but maybe it just pulls people further apart. I'm just kind of paraphrasing what you're saying. And yeah, okay, so I mean, what about you, Aliyah Hussein? Do you use technology much? Is that something that you use at all?
I don't know.
It's a tricky one because I feel like maybe younger people, you know, Ibrahim here, yeah?
They are very frustrated because we talk to them on a daily basis, these elderly people. And we call people on the phone, then to book appointments to GPs, the phone will be ringing there, then comes to the automation kind of service, keep them in the queue, you are 14 in the queue, then later they will be hanging in that queue for over 30 minutes, 40 minutes, then when it comes to like, oh, you are number 1 in the queue, grab those messages, then the phone will just go off, then you see it starts all very good. So that is frustrating them. And some of them are sick, they want help, they want advice, they want assurance. And you know, people are close with their GPs. It's what their GPs want, especially these elderly people. They do have the opportunity.
So, luckily enough, there is a GP surgery in here in Bromley-by-Bow Centre, but I'm also really intrigued by your face painting. This is a pop-up talk show, so we're just talking about whatever people want to talk about. Are you welcome to join in as well, even for 5 seconds? You're busy, you've got a high-vis, you've got a lanyard. What's your name?
So my name is Sam, I'm one of the social prescribers here.
I'm Margaret, this is Sabir, we've got Laura, we've got Amir, we've got Louise, we've got Aliyah Hussein, we've got Ibrahim. Just grab a seat for a little moment. We're just talking about elderlies, how do they kind of get by and what kind of help and support they need and get, or don't get, to get out of the house. So you're a social prescriber, what is that?
So social prescriber prescriber is someone that is able to support someone that is not a health or a clinical need, but more so like a social aspect. So it might be social isolation, or it might be help with welfare or benefits or housing. And then what we do is we aim to link them up with the right organisations that can, so we don't always have the answers, but we're able to kind of link them up with the people that can best support them. So we're a little bit of like a helping hand on their journey, yeah.
You know, it just makes me think, it brings me back to our first Talkaoke that we did in this series, and we had some GPs around the table actually, and they were saying they almost feel like a matchmaking service because they kind of fix people up with with other people who maybe have similar ailments or other services, and it sounds like you do a similar thing, you're connecting people with other things, but what kinds of things do you tend to connect them with? Like, what?
It depends on what their need is, because really people can self-refer to us. A lot of referrals are from clinicians, and it can be whatever they want. The referral will always state what the referral is for, but we'll always say, okay, what matters to you most and what would be helpful for you. And we can give you like some options, but ultimately it's up to yourself what you want. So we're not kind of saying, this sounds good, have that. Yeah, whatever.
Thank you, Sam. So welcome to Talkaoke. It is a pop-up talk show. We just kind of talk about what other people want to talk about. At the moment we've got Sam, who's a social prescriber. Do you know what a social prescriber is? Have you heard of such thing?
Yeah, I heard about it. Probably for the different people with the different problem, normally you give the advice. Am I right or wrong? Or information signpost, something like this? Yeah, is it that one? So it would be really, I mean, it would be really, grateful. I would be very grateful if you please, because I miss some sessions sometime, if you please tell us a little bit about what you do.
I love it.
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm gonna get this one. No, I love it because he just. What's your name?
Siam.
So Siam just like turned up. He's like taking over. He's like, do you want to swap in the middle? I love it. He's just like so entrepreneurial, asking questions. I like it, and we will come back to you because I think it's good, kind of exploring a little bit more. No, I understand. Ibrahim is going already, and he says he knows you. Do you know him? Okay. But Ibrahim, before you leave, give us a final thought. Something that we talked about. Anything new? Anything at all?
All I would say is fantastic. You guys are out there to give people the opportunity, as I said, especially because having been on the road doing outreach, I feel sorry for the elders. They don't have people to talk to. Yeah, they want appointment and they can't get through on the phone. So all these things, it's happy that you are here, that we can voice this. Maybe we can reach someone. Yeah.
I mean, can I just, whilst you guys are here and we're talking about elders, I mean, like Aliyah Hussein, I mean, does any of this sound like it, does that speak to you? I mean, do you feel isolated? Do you feel like you'd like to do something but maybe you wouldn't know where to start? Or are you quite supported in what you do?
Everything I am support.
Okay, where did you get this support from? Is it from your GP or?
GP, train station, road. Lots of people help me.
So actually, so apparently there are other older people who maybe aren't as supportive. I mean, I don't want
money. I want help because when you go out and take one step, somebody help you.
Okay, and do you know any people kind of your age as well? Do you spend time with people of a similar age to you?
I am 81 years old.
That's a beautiful age, so congratulations, you look absolutely lovely.
And very young.
And very young. Okay, right, so
Price tax is like really important because there are going to be some energy price rises from October. There are some welfare advisors that are in the church, so please do go in there and really get yourself kind of some information prior to it starting. Really, really helpful. They're there, they're always here at Bromley-by-Bow, but they are there now, and it'd be nice to just everybody brace themselves.
So as a social prescriber, where would you how would you kind of help somebody who needs help? How would you help somebody who can't pay their bills? Is there some kind of are you involved in this project?
So we can refer in-house to the Bromley-by-Bow welfare advisors here. There are quite a lot of other organisations in the borough, but we're lucky enough to be able to have in-house welfare advisors as well. So yeah, if anyone is, they don't wait. Obviously they help with debt and other services like that, but they also help with just management as well. So yeah, really, really key for October.
Okay, right, so so give us your final thought. I know, I'm just like giving you the microphone all the time.
I need to talk with you when you get time. I'm gonna, if you don't mind to ask, what is your name? Sam. What is your name? Sam. And my name is Cyan.
Okay, Sam and Cyan, so you've connected, which is what it's all about. You can say it on the mic so everyone else can.
Sorry, yeah, because I can give some tips as well. I used to work for the energy company for a long time. So if someone needs, I can give some tips, you know, what to do, especially the winter time or when the energy price is not double, I would say triple in some cases. Some people who doesn't know what to do, how to do, I can give you some suggestion or tips if you want. I used to work for the EDF Energy more than 4.5 years. I used to work for the NPOL, I used to work for the, what is called, the British Gas as well. I can give some advice. Yeah.
So I'm just going to grab the mic. So, okay, so you guys have connected here. So obviously there's a lot of support happening in Bromley-by-Bow. But I mean, do people know how to find it? This is the question. Aliyah Hussein, you seem to be quite well supported. But what about all the other older people who are not here? I mean, yeah, where are they? How do you get to them?
So we do have coffee warnings that will be happening in all of the local GP surgeries, and that's where we're hoping to share information like this, because we find that actually word of mouth is better. That you can put signposts and leaflets, but people want to hear it from someone that they know and someone they trust.
Okay, well, do you know what, actually, Sam, this is a very, quite a good thing, because we were saying earlier that people here in Netherlands are very friendly, and they are very chatty, and they're out there to help each other. So I'm like feeling quite optimistic about it. So it seems like a walk in the park, just you know, providing services in Tower Hamlets. It looks super easy.
So just to let you know, for example, right now I just met someone else over there, the cycle taxi service. It is very, yes, very good for her. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the reason what they do actually, they ride. If, for example, she needs to go out shopping or something else, they can help you. They have a, you know, the bike over there. Someone help you to take you there and take you back to your home.
And that's all kind of happening on the cycle, on the like bicycle.
They are riding right now. They are riding.
I'm going to hit these guys with a question. Do you guys cycle? Do you have bicycles? Yeah? Where do you cycle far? Alright, what's your final thought?
Where do you cycle? Tell them.
Where do you go on your bike?
We go, Myland Park, Victoria Park. Where do you go?
Myland,
Victoria Park.
Victoria Park.
Riverside Canals, everything.
Everywhere. We go Wellbeing.
Are you fast on your bikes? And there's a reason why I ask about this. Oh, Aliyah Hussein, are you going? Oh, ladies. Okay, fine. So you'll be back, hopefully. Okay, are you a fast cyclist? Because somebody was here on the table earlier. And grab a seat, by the way. This is Talkaoke. We're just having a chit-chat about anything and everything. Hello. Come and join us as well. At the moment, we're talking about all the different services in Tower Hamlets, but also we're talking about cycling. Apparently, there's cycling taxis. Are you aware of this? Have you ever been on a cycle taxi? Would you go on a cycling taxi?
Yeah, no.
No. Okay, controversial. I'm just gonna, because this doesn't work. Quickly, why wouldn't you go on a cycling taxi? Are the cars better?
What do you prefer?
So what is it about it? Maybe it's like a new thing, maybe you've never been, so it's a bit hard. But first of all, let's get your names, and also grab a seat, just come and join us. It's just a chit-chat, it's a talk show, and you're welcome to join. We're talking about cycling at the moment, talking about Tower Hamlets, and the fact that you guys go all around the place. Myland Park, canals, everywhere, Victoria Park, you're everywhere. So what are your names?
My name's Chris. My name is Bhagat Singh, Paka.
Bhagat Singh? Paka. Okay, so can I call you Bhagat Singh? Yeah.
Udam.
Udam.
Arjun.
Arjun, we've got Laura, we've got Amir, we've got Larice, and we've got who's there in the cheap seats? What are your names? Charlie, and you've got a lovely lady there with you. Who's she? Lily. So at the moment, you are obviously welcome to grab a seat, come closer if you feel like it. So we're talking about cycling taxis. Come and join us if you wish. Just talking about all sorts of things. So you wouldn't want to go, Chris, on a bicycle taxi. Have you ever been on a bicycle taxi? Would you ever consider going? Because apparently there are some around this area. Yeah. Okay, and do you have any kind of like requirements of what this taxi should do? How big should it be? I can see you've got a buggy there.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, it should be a little bit big, so buggy can be.
Okay, right, you've got a hand up. You had your hand up just then? Okay, so we're talking about, okay, so cars versus bicycles. Is it an easy choice, cars and bicycles? Why?
Because cars are faster, cars go 160 miles per hour, but on the other hand, cyclists, the top speed is 20 miles.
Okay, so 20 miles. So, okay, so at the moment you're doing bicycles versus cars. Are you a cyclist or you're a driver?
I'm a cyclist.
What's your name?
My name's Will.
Will, and Margaret, this is Laura. Let me do this. Udine, Udam. No, you have to go.
Ajin, Udam, Bugger, Chris.
And we've got Larissa, and we've got me, and we've got some people kind of hanging around there with camera, Canon camera. We've got Canon camera, that's how it goes. And what's your name?
Jake.
Jake. Hi, Jake. You can come closer if you want. Jake. Okay, so why are you a cyclist? Are you aware that you can only go 20 miles per hour? Is that enough for you?
That's plenty for me. And the cycle taxi over here can do 15.5 miles an hour.
You seem to know about that. How come?
I'm the project coordinator for the cycle taxi.
Okay, so so we just kind of summoned you here somehow with this conversation. You've got a question here?
How fast can a mountain bike go?
Depends how steep the hill is.
Do you guys go down a hill on your bicycles? How fast do you think you're going?
30.
No, you're not. 10.
10. Okay, so
10,
maybe.
15.
But it's different when you're cycling. You've got wind, kind of like maybe it gives you an impression of going faster. Okay, so what about these taxis? I mean, do you get many people subscribing to your taxis? Or people go like, nah, it's not like a black cab, so no.
People get benefits from in other ways. So you get a bit of exercise, you get to chat to people, and it's a different experience to get to like that.
Are you recruiting cyclists, drivers, taxi?
Pilots.
Pilots. I mean, would you ever consider being a pilot of a cycling taxi?
No.
You like it?
Why not?
It's too dangerous.
It's dangerous. Cycling in Bromley-by-Bow, is it dangerous? What do you guys think?
Not that much. Not that much.
What do you do to make it safe? Do you have any tips?
Helmet.
Anything else? How do you keep this up?
Knee pads.
Right.
Knee pads on the
Arm pads.
arm pads, right? Have you ever had an accident on your bicycle? What happened?
Learning. I went over a stick and I had a nosebleed and I broke my leg.
Okay, so what happened? Like, you know, where accidents happen. Like, what do you do? I mean, have you ever had accidents happening in your taxi?
No. And in over a year, there's been no collisions or accidents.
Okay, so it's pretty safe. So if you want to make your cycling safer, just be a taxi driver. I mean, taxi cycler, pilot. I think you said. I mean, is there an age limit on who can become a pilot?
Yes, maybe over 18.
Right, and Jay, what do you make of this? I mean, like, would you like to see these lovely people kind of becoming pilots of a cycling taxi?
Wherever happy, wherever they've got to chase their dream, wherever they want to be, they just got to put the work in and then they see the result.
How easy is it to chase your dream? I mean, are you chasing your dream doing what you do right now? I mean, Amir, are you chasing your dream right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm working with quite a few guys, so it's a nice start to where I want to end up.
Yeah, I'm loving the enthusiasm. Louise, are you living your dream right now?
Quite a complex question, isn't it?
Wow, we like to go complex, you know?
Because, I mean, you talk about work, relationships, mental health, well-being. Overall, yeah, I guess, yeah.
Okay, so you're living your dream. I mean, like, Jay, are you living your dream right now?
No, we're still chasing it, still far away, yeah. So yeah, you just got to do it, keep pushing.
But what is it that kind of makes the ultimate kind of happiness or the dream to come true? Because you're saying, Louise, it's a bit of a mix. It's the work, it's the relationship, it's the mental health, it's everything. What is it for you?
Similar to what it's just tropical, a bit of everything. got to balance the whole life out. As like they say, you can't please everyone, so you got to do what you got to do.
Okay, I mean, how easy is it to do what you got to do? Do you feel like you do what you got to do, or do you have to like, you know, do you feel like you're living your dream?
No.
Okay, well, okay, Jay, just maybe make some notes now. Okay, how would you like to live your dream? What would need to happen for you to live your dream? And come and join us. This is a pop-up talk show. Talk about, are you living your dream? Are you living your dream right now? Yeah, you are. Okay, right. Tell us, how do you do this?
How do you live your dream?
How do you live your dream? Actually, question to both of you. What are your names first?
Norina.
Norina and Margaret.
Will.
Okay, so we're just currently talking about living your dream. Odom doesn't live his dream. He's not living it right now. There's some improvements that can be made. His downstairs. He doesn't know it. He doesn't know he is living his dream. What about you? How do you live your dream?
By giving back to others where I can and trying to be the light.
Okay, so it's about giving back. Actually, that's what gives you that kind of extra thing in your life. What about yourself?
Being grateful for what you already have.
Okay, how are you grateful for what you have?
Just count your blessings and yes, acknowledge what you have already.
Okay, right, I see. Oh, we've got Taxi Man just like scooching off. Maybe he's got an urgent call. So at the moment we're talking, come and grab a seat. It's just a pop-up talk show. It's a very harmless kind of thing. It is a way of giving back to the community because we're talking about Bromley-by-Bow. Yeah, grab a card as well, very entrepreneurial. What are you guys doing here, just in general? I'm just curious. Grab a seat though, because I've got micro hands. I don't really stretch very fast. That's my issue.
I'm working today. I'm just seeing what everyone else is doing. So I'm working with Real, so we support people with different disabilities. We're in the main church, so if you want to come say hi to us, please do. But yeah, I should probably go and help my colleague now.
Okay, that's fair enough. And I can see that you crew are going. Okay, but there's one rule on talking. There's actually a few, but I'm going to hit you with one. Before you go, we need your final thoughts. So anything that we talked about, or any new things they want to bring in, it could be about cycling, it could be about accidents, it could be about are you living your dream, and why not, anything. I'm going to ask your final thoughts. Give us fun.
I think there should be electric scooter taxi.
Okay, I hope the man is making notes. Electric scooter taxi, have you considered that as a way to expand your business? Okay, they're making notes. Nice one. Do you have any final thoughts? Anything?
No.
Okay, do you have a question to the table? See you later, guys.
No, he wouldn't.
Okay, come back to you later. What about you? Have you got a final thought for us? Anything you want to walk away with? Which football team are you supporting? Huh? Which football team are you supporting? It's noticed your shirt.
Manchester United.
Okay. You're not supporting any local teams? No? Okay, what's your final thought? Okay. What is your final thought? Well, you've put in a lot into this Talkaoke, so thank you for this. Chris, any final thought?
There should be more events.
More events? What kinds of events would you like to see?
Sports.
Any particular sports you like? Okay, football, anything else?
And basketball.
Fantastic. What about cycling? Would you put in cycling now? After all, okay, fine. Jay, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I just think it's good everyone getting together like that. There should be more things like this, more events, everyone getting together, get to understand each other, just seeing everyone's ideas about how they see the world.
So more opportunities to bring people together. I mean, if you see any people, I mean, I can see some people there, bring them to Talkaoke, let's get their thoughts, but guys, think
there's more events like that. Just do more events, like whenever they can do it. Like that brings everyone out together, rather sitting at home.
Okay, so this is a good thing. And it was raining today, and you guys just braved the rain, so you weren't worried about that. Like, gotta do what you gotta do. You know?
Very much, guys.
Awesome, thanks you guys. Brilliant. I may just take this opportunity to connect my sound effects pad. I've never done it, and I'm not sure this is the right cable either. I don't think it's the right cable. Clara, sorry very much. Hello, welcome to Talkaoke. This is a pop-up talk show. Would you like to come in and give us your name? What's your name? Okay, thank you. What's your name? Nice to meet you. Hello, what are your names? Come and join us. This is a pop-up talk show. We're just having a chat, really. What are you eating just now?
Ice cream.
What flavour is? I mean, is ice cream just something that you eat on a rainy day? Is ice cream kind of a good food for a rainy day? What do you think?
Ice cream is ice cream.
Ice cream is like a bit seasonless. Do you like ice?
Yeah.
Okay, well, come and join us. We're just kind of running out of people here at the moment, so come and perch, have your ice cream here around this table, we can have a chit chat. Hello, what's your name? Eliza.
Leslie.
Lizzie and Teresa, come and grab a seat because I've got really small hands. They don't really stretch very far. So this is the issue I've got right now. What are your names? Sarah, come closer. Taya, come and grab a seat. So at the moment, what have we been talking about? We could do a little recap, but I can see that we're talking about cycling around Bow, Bromley-by-Bow. Do you cycle?
I bike.
Okay, and what's it like for you? I mean, is it a good place to cycle? And lots of people were saying that, you know, these events are kind of good, people are having a conversation, people are doing fun stuff. I can't help but notice that you have got some face painting going on there. Do you know what's on your face? Do you know what the drawing is? Rainbow. Okay, yeah. Did you choose the rainbow? It's rather beautiful. What have you got on your face? Batman. Spider-Man. I was going to say, it's not Batman, but it's a Spider-Man. It's very good, but I can see that you've been kind of maybe exercising because maybe a bit of sweat got in the drawing, but this is kind of what's happening. We're talking about GPs and what's kind of happening in Tower Hamlets. We're talking about the area being quite diverse. We're talking about ice cream, just a big conversation about ice cream. Where did you get your ice cream from? Over there. And what kind of brings you out here today, guys? I'm just like really curious because it was raining earlier. You weren't put off by rain? We've got somebody there in those cheap seats as well. What's your name? Amy, what brought you out of the house today? It was raining, it was awful. It was not an ice cream weather. And now it is.
Can't stay in.
Why? Okay, so staying indoors is boring. I mean, do you find being indoors boring or in your house boring?
Yes.
Why? How can you like make your house more entertaining? Come closer.
It's entertaining enough.
Guys, you're just so far away. I literally cannot get you on the mic. Come on.
All my grandkids.
Okay, your grandkids, congratulations, I would say. I've got sound, no, okay. Generation clash. What's it like to be a grandchild of?
I'm an evil.
Crazy, okay. Why? Why is it crazy?
Madhouse.
Why?
Arguments. Always losing stuff. Arguing about it.
Okay, so losing stuff. I mean, is this your impression from within as well? Is there a lot of arguments in your house?
It keeps me going.
Okay, so arguments for you, not so good. Arguments for you, brilliant. Gives me fuel for action. Right, okay. Amy, what do you make of this? Where do you sit with this?
Her ass is a madhouse. That's what I say.
Madhouse. Okay, like what are your homes like? I mean, madhouse. Where do you live? Do you live with your family? Do you live with your Maurice?
Yeah, I live with my family. I'm trying to move out and give her a place where it's expensive.
Okay, we have been talking about this. I mean, like, sorry, I forgot your name. Sarah, listen, so are you considering moving out, or are you just gonna learn to live with it?
Move out in a couple of years.
Okay, in a couple of years. Why wait a couple of years? How old are you, if you don't mind me asking? Okay, so you do need a few years. But what about, your name? I forgot your name. Karen. Oh, that's because I never asked, because I would have remembered Karen, I think. Karen, grab a seat, because it's just nice for your feet to chill out. Welcome, this is a pop-up talk show. You're welcome to grab a seat here, just listen and just chill. Okay, what are you going to do when she moves out? When Ciara leaves?
She don't live with me.
Oh, where do you live then? Okay, somebody needs to give me some kind of information about family relations here. I don't know who's living with whom.
Don't you want any more?
I live at home, my house, my husband, my and my youngest grandchild.
Who the kids?
This one, that one, and the other one lived with them.
Okay.
I'm a niece.
Okay, you're her niece. Okay, so what I really like about you guys, you came here with different generations, with different households. Somehow you hang out together. Yeah, there may be arguments, but actually, essentially, you're still here. What keeps you together as a family?
Family.
The family relation.
Support each other, be there. Even though there's arguments and misunderstandings, that's part of being a family.
Amy, what do you think?
And my mum works here, so I work here.
Sounds dangerous.
So you come here, do you come here just because Karen works here, or what kind of, is that the only reason?
Yeah, they need to upgrade the park. They want more.
Okay, Amy, you're giving us some gems, so you need to come and sit here, because otherwise, yeah, come on, give a round of applause, people. Welcome, Amy. So what are you saying about Bromley-by-Bow? What do they need to fix up?
The park.
Okay, yeah, no, that's good. I mean,
Yeah, no, the park.
the park. What's currently not working or working about park that you want more of? And by the way, welcome. You can come and come and sit here. No, you don't have to just sit there. I'm not going to bother you, but you can listen if you wish.
Just make it bigger, I think.
Okay.
More for the kids. And all this grass area.
Okay, bigger park. What like? Would you?
There'll be less lawn mowing for us.
Okay, is that what you do in your work? Do you do? Okay, so maybe you've got some influence there. Maybe you can sway some, you know, people there to expand the park. How easy would that be?
Can't expand. Too built up area.
Okay.
Got the health centre there, got the barn, got the play area. Everyone loves this park because it's the only green space in the area, big enough.
What's it called?
Bob's Park.
Bob's Park. Why is it called? Sorry, like we can come back to talking about the park, but like, why is it called Bob's Park?
The old caretaker.
Okay.
That was Bob.
Right, so the park has been named after a caretaker. I mean, is like what do people think about that? Did you know about this? Have you met that caretaker?
No, he died years ago.
Okay, right. I mean, is this what happens around Bromley-by-Bow? Like, because we were talking about blue plaques earlier. There are blue plaques of Gandhi. Yeah. Do you know about this?
Over King's Hill.
Okay. Why? Like, what did Gandhi do in Bromley-by-Bow?
He used to live over there. He used to live in the building over there. No, we only stayed there one night.
Okay, so he stayed there one night, he wasn't living there, but I mean, he's still got a blue plaque, right? Are there any other kind of gems around? I mean, obviously we're kind of talking about the area because I'm not actually from this area, so I'm just like really curious. So obviously we've got the park, maybe we could expand it, but maybe it's a little bit difficult because it's built up. Maybe there's a lot of blue plaques around, there's one of Gandhi. And what else is going on? We were talking about prices of flats as well, and people living together in like kind of with grandchildren and children. And by the way, welcome people who are in the cheap seats. You're welcome to come and sit down. All right, just do that then, Amy. I think it's a priority for all of us. You can take pictures of us, and you can also join in the conversation. How good is that? 2 for the price of 1. This is Talkaoke. Welcome. What's your name? Ellie. Ellie, welcome. We've got Larice. We've got some people over there. We've got Laura, and we've got Jessie, exactly. Jessie, sorry, I caught you with your mouth full, so apologies for that. And I'm Morgan, this is Talkaoke. So at the moment, we're talking, well, the way this works, really, I should really explain, is that it's up to the people around the table, and that's everyone around the table, to decide on the subject of conversation. I could do a little rewind for you, but I could also just hit you with a question. What would you like to talk about?
I'm working for the Bromley-by-Bow Centre, and so it's amazing to see people turning out today. And for us, the question is, how can we remain as relevant as possible for the community? Because that's why we're here, to support the community and as activities for the community. So that's what I wouldn't mind talking about.
Okay, so how do we get Bromley-by-Bow Centre supporting the community? Oh, go on, you face around the table. What's your name? Son. I mean, do you have any ideas what a community centre could do to support people in the local area? What kind of things would bring you out here?
Just
everything that's currently going on now, that's what we're doing. So that's it.
Okay, but as a kid, that's good for kids, for yourself from 20 years ago maybe, but what about yourself now?
I'm not too sure. This isn't really my crowd.
Okay.
I tend to stay at home.
With Bromley-by-Bow, do you have any kind of like specific age group that you're aiming for? Would Sam be someone that you'd like to kind of get brought in?
I think we used to in the past have more activities for young people. I think we're young adults. I think we're now sort of focusing a little bit more on the older population, but I think it's definitely something that we're aware of, that there's maybe not enough activities for young people and young adults, so it's definitely something to explore.
Okay, so what about yourself, sir? I mean, do you come to Bromley-by-Bow Centre a lot? Is it first time to... You work here? Okay, okay. What do you do here? Because I've met a lot of people who are involved in the centre, but everybody's doing something different. Oh no, I don't want any. Okay, what do you help with specifically?
Anything. Fun days, coffee afternoon.
Okay, and maybe just like distributing ice cream as well, just advertising ice cream.
Just eating it.
No, listen, you've advertised ice cream to me quite well. Hello and welcome, by the way, we're just having a conversation. At the moment we're talking what brings people out of the house and into the centre. Maybe volunteering is one of those things. Maybe just getting a little bit more involved is one of those things. Maybe if you're a child, this is actually perfect. What about yourself? Do you mind if I ask you a question? What brought you out to the centre today? Maybe we can get one of the wireless mics, maybe one of... Okay, hopefully. Amazing. We'll kill this mic, just hold down the button. Good. Okay, hello? Yes, oh, what's your name? Alison. Welcome. Okay, I'm going to do a round of names. We've got your name, what's your name?
Jimbo.
Jimbo, love your name. Jimbo, Alison. Yeah, great. Ellie, Louise, Amir, San, and Laura and Margot. This is Talkaoke, and this is Jimbo's ice cream. It looks pretty delicious. So Alison, what brought you out of the house to come here today?
Well, I came for all this campaign, but I'm a long-term user of the centre and the things here, and I've volunteered here as well.
Okay, so what was first, volunteering or using the centre?
Using the centre.
So how did you make that transition from using the centre to volunteering? What kind of...
Things came up and they asked me and I volunteered for it, and I haven't done too much lately, but slowly coming back and doing more things.
Okay, so that's really fantastic. So volunteering, I mean, are you volunteering as well? Are you doing it in your spare time? Like, so what kind of, how did you start? I'm just curious, how did you start volunteering?
Well,
Have a seat as well. It's just better for my hand. Just before you go, Alison, give us your final thoughts. Anything you want to throw into the mix, and we'll talk about it.
People need to think of others and do a little bit of volunteering, even if it's half-hour. Help others.
Okay. I mean, Sam was saying that actually maybe this is quite, it would have been quite good for him to be here when he was younger, but right now maybe he doesn't see how he could start. Do you think the volunteering could be one of the things that he could get involved in?
Yes, certainly. If he asks in the collection zone, they can give him advice.
I mean, what kinds of things can you volunteer on? Jimbo, you said about volunteering around events, the coffee mornings or coffee afternoons. What kind of volunteering do you do, Alison, specifically? Which ones do you enjoy the most?
Well, I've been getting on with money. Everything's finished now
I would say it's okay to say it on the mic just because we are, again, just because people need to hear it, you know, we will share it with funders, so hopefully they'll be able to, you know, so funding is a little bit cut. If you had all the funding that you wanted, what would be the first thing that you do?
I used to live in East Exchange, I used to be time bank, and people used to volunteer to do classes, and we used to go to others, of jewellery making, card making, all different things. mum that still does card making, but everyone's complaining about lack of funding.
Okay, so this is a really, really good point. Ellie, you were nodding. I mean, do you relate to this?
Absolutely, and I'm very aware of that. We are not able to do as many activities as we used to do. So it's really good to hear, and I completely agree that needs to be said online because that will help us and get more funding to support some of these activities. But they're very, very needed, especially again at the moment with what's happening around us. We need to be able to do more, but the funding is there in the future for some of it.
Of course. I mean, if there was a pool of funding available, like would you have the confidence to apply for it, or would you rather go through the centre? What, you know, how would you kind of? Do you feel like you've got enough ideas to turn to funders and say, like, this is what needs funding right now? Okay, Ellie, before you go, give us your final thought.
I love this concept. I think it's great. It's really great that people are willing to sort of share their thoughts. So thank you.
Thank you, Ellie. Thank you very much. So, yes, so Alison, going back to you, and actually Jimbo as well, if you've got any views on this, and in fact on this side of the table as well, are there anything, if you had the money, what would you fund first? What would be like the ideas for the projects that you would like to have the grant ASAP?
I did start my own project here, and I did get kind of funding for it. It was a children's book swap club. It was a chance for kids to come and bring their books and pick up notes and their toys and everything. We had it in the park, but it had to close because of the pandemic. Oh yeah. I've still got an adult bookshelf in the collection zone, so anyone can go and help shelf the books.
Okay, so alright, so book swaps. I mean, has anybody here, like, have you guys done any book swaps before? Like what kind of stuff, Lara?
I haven't done book swaps with people in person, but I saw in Tottenham there was box, like a tiny library on the street where you could either take a book or you could leave books for other people, and I think it was really nice. And people really took care of the box to keep it clean and always put more books. Sometimes they would leave toys as well, so it's a kind of a nice community.
Okay, so there's a book swap in Tottenham. I mean, are there any kind of titles that, from your experience, which are most popular book-wise?
I put a vintage version of Shakespeare or something like that in there. But stayed there.
Was that popular? Is that gone already?
That went straight away. Yeah.
Really? Okay, so is Shakespeare like your go-to?
No, I never know what I get a hold of. I really don't know what I get a hold of. And because I've kept the kids' books from my own project, but I'm releasing them slowly.
Yeah.
There's 100 books there. There's 50 books and everything.
Okay, so do you need more people to bring more books? Yes. Or, yeah? Okay, so here's a call out. If you've got a book in your hands, bring it here. Alison runs a book swap and you're welcome to take a book, bring a book, swap a book. Because that's the thing that people do. Jimbo, you like, are you a bookworm?
No.
What do you do then? Instead of reading?
Okay, thank you.
Decorating nicely.
Okay, so you're more practical with your hands. Thank you so much, Alison, and hopefully see you around. Thank you so much.
Decorating.
Decorating. Decorating. What in particular? Any?
My house, my sister's house, my uncle's house, because they can't decorate, so that's what I do in my spare time. Give them a hand.
Okay, decorating. I mean, hello, welcome. What's your name? I'm Margot, this is Jimbo, this is Laura, we've got Sarah, we've got Amir, we've got Louise, and we've got, what's your name?
What am I supposed to say?
Just your name for start.
My name is Nazneen Sultana.
Can I call you Nazneen?
Nazneen.
Nazneen, and?
So my name is Janet Rahman.
Janet Rahman, can I call you Janet?
Janet, Z-E-N-I-T-H.
Zenet, okay, right. So Margot, and at the moment we're just kind of talking about what people do around here. So there's a book swap, but Jimbo, he's more of a practical man. He does DIY. That's how he keeps himself occupied. Are you into DIY? Is that the kind of thing that you do?
I don't do the Diwali, but I come to have a look there around what is going on in the Bromley-by-Bow at the center. Quite a lot of facilities here, and the people providing the information. I'm great. I pick up some leaflet.
Okay, so what's on offer? What's currently happening?
Lots of exciting things is going on. Lots of things is going on. So, but from 1987, I started Bromley-by-Bow Center. Yeah, and then few people were Starando Moson and Alison Timbu, myself, and other colleagues. And now I'm involved with the Bromley-by-Bow Center with the Mother Bennett and also Vice President. Yeah.
Okay, so you're really involved in Bromley-by-Bow Centre. There was actually, it's very interesting because just before you came, we had Alison on the table and she was saying, actually, hello and welcome. You're welcome to join us. Okay, fine, that's fine. It's a nice t-shirt actually, by the way, as well. We were talking about there used to be more things happening in the centre. People love it, but unfortunately, funding was a little bit cut. So we're just kind of trying to get a conversation and ideas going for what people would like to apply,
Well, the last few years I was involved in this festival. I organized the cultural side, but this year I can see nothing else is here. I think since the fund is cutting or something else.
So you've noticed that as well. There used to be more happening, but now there's not so much. I mean, Jim, have you noticed any change, or is it, actually, do you find things that you enjoy at this festival? Are there DIY things that you can get involved in today?
What I enjoy most is meeting people.
Okay.
Yeah, helping people out. That's what I like to do.
Okay. So meeting people is just a nice thing to do in general. Maybe that's how it starts. And hello and welcome over there. I'm appreciating the colour of your t-shirt, one of my favourite colours as well. And you're welcome to come and join this talk show.
No, because this area was very isolated area because of the Bromley-by-Bow Center. So people are really enjoyed. They got a life, they got a smile, they got everything because of the Bromley-by-Bow Center. So we need, every year we have to do something for the communities, multicultural events, multicultural program.
One second, Jimbo, you cannot escape like this. You maybe don't know the rules. Give us your final thought. Before you go, give me your final thought. Just anything.
Everyone be nice, courteous and kind to each other.
Or else?
Or else you got me to answer.
Well, I'm going to be courteous and courteously. Thank you so much for stopping by, and you can come back anytime, yeah? Okay, yeah. I mean, I couldn't disagree with that, to be honest. And in this kind of kind and friendly manner, I'm going to ask your name. What's your name? Welcome, Paul. See you later there. Oh, Alison is coming back. So we're just at the moment talking about. Oh, Alison. Yes. What is this? You need to explain.
I'll just pick it up for the young man.
Okay, Sam, that's for you. Quickly, because Sam was thinking about maybe getting involved more, but he didn't know how to start. Like, what is this on this flyer?
It's just a way to get told.
Okay. And what do you think about volunteering? I mean, is that something you would consider? Or do you have time to volunteer?
Yeah. But I'd probably do something that's closer to home.
Okay.
It's quite interesting.
Alright. Okay, one more question to you. What brings you out here today? Are you volunteering? Are you just enjoying yourself?
I was involved for 10 years with Bromley-by-Bow, but last year project where I was involved, community challenge project was closed because no more funding. And today I meet a lot of friends who was involved and they were very happy.
Okay, so it's nice to see people after a bit of time have passed. So you're meeting old friends here, okay? Right, so what, I mean, because Jimbo was here, and Jimbo was saying that actually what's really great about this centre is about people coming together and just like meeting, just having a chat really. That's how it all starts. So obviously, so is that what, did you know that your friends will be here? Is that what brought you out of this?
Because I can communication dissolved. We sometimes talk. And this project, community challenge project, was so nice. Because, example, I moved 5 years ago to new place, new built place, 7 new buildings, and about 1,048 flats, and all residents was from different backgrounds, from different places, and this project start do some events in communal garden, and take community together, and this is very big progress, and this time all neighbors communicate. This project was
Okay, so are you girls aware of this community challenge project? I mean, because you're involved in Bromley-by-Bow as well, yeah? Have you heard about this project?
Challenge, not really.
No? Okay, so is it still going? Have you heard about the community challenge project? Apparently it's very good. People are saying it's like it's put on some events.
This was very big progress, job done. People go together.
Okay, so that kind of brings people together. So that rings no bells, nothing. No.
Maybe happened back quite few years after. That's why last year, because of the COVID, we are not able to come out from home. There is nothing else. Then we miss lots of things in it.
Okay, so COVID had kind of put things to a halt a little bit, but I just sometimes wonder, like, what is? By the way, welcome. This is a pop-up talk show. You're welcome to come and join in. Come closer. We're just talking about what brings you here and what brought you out of the house today, because it was raining. It was really awful weather today, but we were here. We were setting up the stand, and we were not scared of rain. What's your name, first of all?
My name's Baraka.
Baraka.
Ryan.
Rema, okay, we've got some more people. Come and grab a seat. Just come round, just grab this orange chair. Maybe we can get some more chairs here. What is your final thought? We usually ask people about final thoughts.
Well, I think local people have to be happy, and we have to be integrating community. Bromley-by-Bow Center is believe integrating multicultural, and I will in a community. They have to find out their choice, what their need and problems, and we Bromley-by-Bow Center has to solve these problems, and also worry about our funding. Everybody, I will need their support too. We helping for fundraising and everything. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so very much for stopping by. So is Bromley-by-Bow a good place to get support?
Oh yes, definitely. Town is by community, and I'm really want that all the time saying that every year should be the much more fun day, because bigger community is growing in that. Bromley-by-Bow is isolated, and what we left, the legacies should be carry on.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much for being involved. Also, just very quickly, can somebody check on the camera battery? Do you have enough camera battery? Yeah, and also check the battery on top of the in that little box. Yeah, the sound. Just have a look. How many bars?
Ooh, that needs changing.
Needs changing. Is it off completely?
It's just got one.
Okay, so the batteries are just behind the screen. So just just keep an eye on it and just change it last minute. Sorry, a bit of a technical. You know what it goes, how it goes. We've got suddenly hundreds of people around the table. We've got Paul. We know Paul. We know Laura. But I'm just going to do a round of names again. And I'm Margot. But who are you again?
Baraka. My name is Rahma.
I love Cherish.
And you're getting a little bit of a sound effect there. So at the moment we're just talking about what brings you out of, what brought you out of your flat or your house today, brought you out here. Was it to meet your friends? Because that's why Paul is here. He just came to hang out with his mates.
I'm putting on to say, you Bromley-by-Bow. They take families together and go.
This one needs a charge.
Example, my experience, I live in new brand cars. All neighbors don't know, don't just open the door from box and close. And after some party, for example, Christmas party, Eid party, for me was very interesting situation because I don't know nothing about Eid, but this time I know everything. And people, all neighbors come together, you know. And after this project, I became very famous
in 7 classes. Everybody knows me.
Okay, so this is a local celebrity here, Paul. If you've not met him, you may. Okay, a small celebrity, just a known personality. I mean, are there many known personalities around this area? Are you known in the area?
I think so.
Are you anonymous?
No, this is all these are my nieces.
Laura, there's 93 minutes
Correct.
left.
On my other time, but the other they came to for a visit because it's summer holidays.
Okay.
But they usually come
93
here,
minutes left.
and Bromley-by-Bow is our second.
Yeah, so that's over an hour.
Bromley-by-Bow is your second home, and I mean, like, do you come here a lot? Like, mostly you, right? Because you're just visiting. Okay. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I agree with my mom.
Okay.
I'm kind of
yeah, I think
known
it is working.
My older brother, he used to go to the secondary school that was here, Bow School, and then it was a week when I first started. I was very known, not because of him, but the first week I was there, I was doing good, and then they put my name on like a wall, and then and then I got noticed by a lot of people in the school.
Okay, so alright, so you got your name on the wall. So okay, it wasn't like a celebrity fame, but you became known for doing something positive, that kind of thing. I mean, is it easy to do something positive where you are? I mean, where are you actually coming from? You're not local, but where are you coming from? South London. South London. We have actually somebody from South London. Whereabouts in South London? Croydon. Okay, fantastic. And what do you make of this area around here? I mean, what do you think? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts of this event and the centre? Yeah. Could be you.
I think it's really active.
Okay, we have been talking about the park as well. I mean, do you go to the park? Do you guys go to the park?
I do, but not a lot. But I try to stay active.
How do you do it? That's my question. How do you stay active?
I'm normally, if I'm not outside the house, I'll be in the park practicing my basketball skills in the garden.
Basketball? Okay. So I've got a question. I mean, are you a basketball fan?
Yes, I was.
Do you play basketball?
I play basketball.
Okay.
But long time ago.
Okay.
Because I am tall.
I was going to say you've got the physique, but apparently you don't have to be super tall to play basketball. I mean, like, do you do any sports? Like, any favorite sports that you've got?
Yes, I do. I used to like basketball, but after my incident of being getting ill, I stopped everything because my back is hurting. So it stopped me to do those kind of activities. But I'm still coming here because all people here, they are so friendly, they are helpful. And whenever you here, you feel like you're at home, because I've been here since 2002, and all the time you come here when you rest, when you need help, everything you need is under one roof here at Bromley-by-Bow Center. Our doctors are amazing, our helpers are amazing, so I can't complain. I just thank God. I'm so grateful with this. And when the pandemic, COVID came, we are so depressed. We thought everything is gone, but we thank God that we are coming back bit by bit, and we are so grateful with this event because we've seen people which we haven't seen each other for almost 3 years, and it was amazing. I'm very, very happy because I've seen all my friends here back again, and I wasn't expecting to see them because most of people died in COVID, and we've been ill as well, so I'm so happy. Look at that lady.
Okay, there's a lady over there. Hello, you know her?
Yeah.
Okay, you are known in the area. Come and join us. This is a pop-up talk show. We're just currently knowing about people knowing each other in the area, and actually,
you can't speak to anyone.
So some kind of commotion going on there. Hey, was it? Oh, sorry, Mandy. So, okay, so, Rahman, right? Right, so we were just talking about Bromley-by-Bow being a great place, particularly after the pandemic, where people have gone through depression, people died actually as a result, but this place continued, and slowly, it's a great place to hang out again. I mean, do you hang out here a lot?
I work here. So I originally came here in 1991 as a volunteer. I've been working here for 30 years now. I've been involved in the centre. It's the relationships and the friendships that you make. The place where it is.
I feel like you've got a friendship going on there as well. Okay. I mean, do you know these people?
Yes.
We just met.
Yes.
Okay. We just met. We were talking about. Hello, welcome. What's your name, by the way? Ryan, welcome. So this is Talkaoke. So should I just do a little rewind? I have been trying. Okay, okay, so you're local as well. Right, so we were just talking about all sorts of things. We were talking about what brings people out here. We were talking about events, what people like doing here. What you were saying, Paul, and I think I kind of agreed that this is a good place for families to come. We actually
She lady is very good example for children. She take, yes.
We were also saying,
For example, in my experience, a lot of neighborhoods, they come from job, they take children from school and close box door and finish. And just one hello and bye-bye.
Okay, so I'm just going to grab quickly your name. Hey, what's your name?
Anonymous, maybe later. What's your name?
I'll come back to you, it's not a problem. What's your name? Tahuda, grab a seat. Maybe that would help kind of getting the confidence to speak. But what you were talking about, Paul, is it's just kind of like regaining the confidence to speak to your neighbours. When you live in a little box, suddenly you come out, there's a space here, it's outside of your house. You can meet people from, even from Croydon, all the way from Croydon. Who would have thought it? And from Enfield. Oh gosh, okay, what are your impressions of this place from Enfield? I mean, this strikes me as a very kind of intergenerational place for people of all ages coming here. But what do people come for? Is it to be active together, do stuff? Is it to get some fame? We're doing something good for the community, getting your name kind of out there. Like what kind of brings younger people out and into a centre like this? What do you guys like doing? What would you like?
It's mostly the youth that come here because during these times it's most likely for young teenagers and young adults to join like gangs and that because there's been a lot of conflict since the pandemic and that. But I also think people come here to like talk like what's happening at home or just like to get support from people that deal with that support, like if like it's abuse or poverty or like they don't have enough to feed their family, I think that's it.
Okay, so you've given us quite a lot of things, so people come here to maybe get away from a type of lifestyle, maybe from the gangs, maybe to kind of get just some friendly conversation and just like offload some of the issues, maybe just come up with some, some positivity. If you're going through something hard, maybe you don't even have money, maybe there's all sorts of things going on in your life, so this is a place to share and exchange and talk.
And maybe this is a Bromley-by-Bow people coming because all staff is so friendly, so generous, so support. I think this is first things why people coming. Yes, this is important.
Okay, so friendliness, you agree?
Yeah, I'm 100% I agree with that. And the other thing is when we bring our kids to know each other so they won't be stranger to each other because of this situation going around, kids are hating each other. But when we keep on coming here, they will know each other and they will be friendly and they will look after each other. So we are begging whoever involved with this to help us to bring more activities, and as mother, we are ready to bring our kids to, because we have a different culture. We have to learn it through each other because we used to judge each other without knowing other people's culture. But now we are so, especially this Bromley-by-Bow is taken everywhere. So we know our food, our dressing, our social life, the way we are.
I was just kind of touching on what you were saying, because suddenly you're really into eat parties, aren't you? Like you've never experienced them before, and now
I don't see she ladies correct because because I am from I am a little bit different because, you know, and I don't know nothing about other countries. I don't know nothing about food. But this time I am after nice training, I know what is Caribbean food, what are the country's food. Because, for example, I go to party. My friendship started in my, where I moved in new house. Friendship started with my neighbors from little girl. She's from Bengali. She was 3 years old. This time she 8 this. And she said, come on. She said, I am 3 years old. I say, I am 62. And start friendship from young 3 years there. And this time this friendship continued.
Okay, so I've got a question. Actually, I've got a question to the younger generation here, or multiple generations, because you're not all one age. I mean, what do you make of it? Rahma, you going? No, you just move. Okay, well, listen, just budge up. We can move these things, and you can grab a seat as well. Laura, maybe we can get some chairs for these guys. There should be. Oh no, you've got all of the orange chairs. Oh yeah, just come round. Or you can just kind of come round as well, so we can spread it out. And this lovely lady with beautiful hair to come and join us. This is a pop-up talk show. I can see you doing something with the balloons. She's just going to... I'm a wanderer. Okay, she's a wanderer, that's fine. Okay, so you welcome people to come and sit down. But here's my question. Come on, Rahma, you can just grab a seat over there, just by Laura. But I've got a question to you, younger generation. I mean, like, is it as easy, is it as rosy as these older guys are painting it? Is it so easy just to strike up a conversation with somebody who isn't your age? Do people understand what what you're going through? Like, is it just obvious they talk to like older people here?
I don't think it's as easy as the past, as the older generation, because before like the older generation, it was easy to talk to people that you didn't know and it's easy to make friends. But when you then talk to other people, it's like it's really nervous, and like you have to be like cautious because you don't know that person.
You don't know who the other person is, and actually it's not that easy to talk to older people. I mean, do you find it easy to talk to older people?
I don't find it easy to talk to older people. I feel like it's hard to strike up a conversation if you don't understand where they're coming from. But if you haven't experienced what they've experienced before, I feel like it's easier for the older person to talk to younger people.
Okay, so maybe it's a question of experiences, maybe. What about you guys? I mean, do you find it hard or easy to talk to people of different ages?
It's hard because they're from different age groups.
Okay. I mean, what are the kind of, what about yourselves? I mean, like, from your perspective, I mean, is it easy to strike up a conversation? I mean, like teenagers?
I think it's harder to strike a conversation with older people as it was in older generations, because some people today probably have some social stories, feel anxiety, they have talking problems when approaching people, so it might be hard for them to do. Whereas in the older days, you could, meet people easily, get to know them, whereas today is kind of harder.
So maybe back in the day it was a little bit easier to talk to people and meet them, but these days maybe it's just a little bit harder. I mean, but I just kind of wonder why that is. What is it about today that, I mean, or back in the day, why was it easier back then? Why is it?
I'm just going to say that I think there was, for me back in the day, it was probably finding that purpose, that reason to get out of your bed, finding that sense of belonging. So I kind of got involved volunteering because there was a lot of mums that had young children. I was a young mum, connected, so I kind of get what you were saying, I connected to a group of young mums, because being with them and being among myself as a young child, we had that kind of connection and supporting each other. So there is something about creating what the second tries to do is create a purpose for people, give people that sense of belonging. So we do lots of different coffee movements to try and connect different groups in different ways. So me and Rimmer have been part of the carers coffee movement that's been running once a month for quite some time, and that's a coffee movement. It's from 4 carers, 5 carers. So they literally lead the group themselves. But I think it's what we get out of that group is that everyone helps each other by not what you know, but who you know. So there's something about that, that sense of belonging.
Sense of belonging? I mean, like, does that mean anything to you? Do you feel like you've got a sense of belonging? And like, where do you get that?
I do believe you have a sense of belonging because I'm not really sure to myself. So.
Okay, maybe you can explain. What's the sense of belonging?
I mean, for me, a sense of belonging means it gives me a purpose to get out of my bed. So, you know, there'll be days I don't want to get out of my bed, I've got no reason to get out of my bed, I'm just a mum, my days are the same, nothing changes. Meeting other mums, there's a group, maybe I come for coffee more than once a week. Well, then I've got that kind of purpose. A sense of belonging for me is that I'm with others of my own age with similar lived experiences. So that's my term of a sense of belonging. And I guess young people with young people would have their own kind of sense of belonging, a sense you'd know what we didn't know. So I guess that's my term.
Okay, so is that making it a little bit clearer as what a sense of belonging is? Maybe this is an opportunity to get younger generation, talk to older generation, and kind of, maybe we can just like bash it out, just like see how it's done, and then younger people can be confident speaking to older. Oh, nice to know, man. What's your final thought?
Sorry, I'm just going to say it's wonderful to see everyone here today, and come along to the barn because we've got lots of questions and fun over there for you all. See you soon.
Okay, fantastic. Thanks, Mandy. Okay, you've got...
I think sense of belonging is like what you do, because normally this generation is mostly like when it's phones or gadgets, and maybe most of the time they're being antisocial, like they don't socialize enough, or like they don't go out enough, and sometimes if you stay in the house for too long, it can lead to like depression or like the feeling of like being alone when you're always inside.
So you're saying that perhaps the younger generation is a little bit stuck behind the gadgets and at home, and they don't socialise, they don't go out. I mean, like, what's it like for you guys? I mean, like, is this true? Or is he just like a little bit, he's just too old to understand where you're coming from?
I think that in the pandemic, there wasn't a lot of stuff to do to go out, so people were just stuck on their gadgets, having to socialise through their phones, through their computers, but now that the pandemic's over, it's actually hard to get over the fact that we had to do our phones a lot. But I feel like the sense of belonging is when you wake up, you get out of bed, you know that your family's there, you know that your friends are there to support you and help you, and you can meet up with them and something that they don't have every time.
There's a few things here. Actually, one of them is social media. Maybe some people may be interested in hearing this. So social media actually is okay, but it's about kind of in person, just like having that motivation to leave the house and interact with other people. TikTok is great, but maybe it's not everything. I mean, you're kind of nodding a little bit. I mean, do you? No, just kind of thinking, just digesting what's being said. I mean, what do you guys think? Have you had?
I think it's true because, as she said about the social media, have done a lot to disconnect the family, because in the house everyone would have a phone and everyone will be, his head would be down like this without connecting. So because the kids are connected to the media, when you ask them something, for example, go and do this, they feel like you are disturbing them, you are taking their rights away, you are taking their freedom away from them, which is wrong, because when we are growing up, there was no social media. We interact a lot with our family, more than these days. But we have to keep on telling them that this is just for the time being, but you have to grow up when you know this, when you do this, for the sake of your good life, you understand? But sometimes they take it wrong and they think that, oh no, my mom is too much, she's stopping me to have my phone, this and that. But the media has done a lot to spoil our kids.
Okay. You have given us quite a lot of things. Like, for instance, the point about freedom. I mean, is not being on your phone restricting your freedom? Do you feel like if your mom says, listen, get off your phone, is that kind of, is this against your freedom? Do you feel like your freedom is being, no? So what do you, like, what is your relationship with social media or like your mobile phone? Do you feel like you spend, how much time do you spend on it?
Less time.
If I don't stop him, how long can he be there? If I don't say, Ryan, out of the phone.
Okay, so are parents quite good in like measuring time? They're good, just letting you know when enough is enough. Do we need parents with like alarm clocks really just to help us regulate?
If my mom told me to like get off my phone, it's not really taking my freedom, but I think she's trying to help because like they say that if you spend too much eyes on your thing, it can like ruin your eyesight. So sometimes when people say when the parents say get off the phone, it's not really taking your freedom, just trying to help. But I think many children will maybe feel like they're taking away their freedom because as my cousin said, like during the pandemic, like no one could go outside or socialize. So like that was like the only thing we had as freedom, like our phones and our gadgets.
Okay, so phones and gadgets. I mean, Paul, what do you make of this? I mean, is social media or like the gadgets, is that part of your life? What do you make of this being a thing in the world, people on the mobile phone?
You know, I learned today a lot from these young people, and I see something change in my mind about communication with older people and young people. Yes, for me it was very nice experience and nice, yes, about problems. I think this is a job, big job of parents. How many hours I think this is job.
So, also a question about your flower. Would this flower be as much fun if it was a picture on your phone? No? Why not?
Because I like reading.
You like reading, but what do you read?
Books.
Okay, books like paper books. Sorry, it sounds like a really dumb question, but you know, with all the screens and stuff, do you read paper books still?
No.
What kinds of books do you read then?
Story books.
Okay, fine. So there's a bookshop here actually going on, so you can probably get some nice books from there. What do you guys think about this? The role of parents. Parents being responsible for how children interact with their phones, with technology, how they interact with others. Do you feel like would you be here if it wasn't for your parents, for your auntie or whatever? Would you come to an event like this just of your own?
I believe my parents are quite responsible for our roles with social media guidance because I believe they think that they know what they're doing best for their children, so they don't want to spend too much time on gadgets because they affect us mentally, they can destroy our bodies, control our eyesight, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, so I've got a question. What kinds of parents, like maybe in the future if you decide to be parents, what kind of parents would you be? What would you let or not let your children do? Have you got any ideas?
Not to let them have bad eyesight.
Okay, so prevent them from developing bad eyesight. And how would you do that? How would you make sure that your kids don't have bad eyesight?
Not to watch too much on the phone.
Okay, so stop people. So actually do what you're doing. Just like let your children know there's too much time on the mobile phones. What about other people? Like if you were parents, what would you do? What would be the rule number one in your household? Do you have any idea? Okay, so if you're a parent, you're trying to command some respect, but how, as a parent, maybe we can talk about this, but how do you make sure that you are respected as a parent? What do you do or what do you not do to command that respect? Also, can somebody check the battery on the things first?
Well, first I would set a list of rules in the house to make sure my children follow them, and if they do follow these set rules, I reward them to make sure I'm not too strict and not too harsh with them, but at the same time they get to enjoy their freedom and play their games when I guys or whatever they want to do. So the first one would be respectful, And the second one is to be kind to each other, because kids nowadays are kind. They tend to be rude to each other. So I tell them to be nice to each other, respect other people from outside, because that'll just build their confidence and help them use those skills in the future for future jobs, whatever they want to do.
Okay, so your future self, as a parent, you'll make sure there are rules, but there are rewards as well, and respect and kindness. And this is how you command respect. I mean, I've got a new face around the table who's like busy with their iPad, nodding, and you're also about to leave. But I've got this question: what do you make of this? I mean, how do you command respect as a parent?
I do respect them, because if you want to earn respect, you have to respect your kids. Yeah, and there are so many ways to respect your child: to listen, to socialize with them, to make a joke with them, not to be too much serious and not to take a joke too much joke. So you have to balance. Yeah.
It's about respect, and it's about I mean, do you feel respected as a child by your parents? I mean, is that kind of a two-way thing?
I feel respected, but I mean, like, respect, you can't just just get respect. You have to like show like why should you be respected, and like, because as a parent, you need, if the children don't show respect, or like they don't show gratefulness and like the values, they'll move to like, they'll have like certain, like when they try to get a job and they get the job but they can't work together with the the staff members, like they'll lead to like people not liking them, and then maybe people that try to avoid them because they're not showing respect or giving them.
So you have to kind of behave in a respectful way to then get other people to respect you. And also, if you're not respecting other people, people won't want to work with you. They just don't want to like associate with you. Okay, we'll go new face around the table. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Nick.
Nick, do you feel like you command respect? Do people respect you? Do you respect other people?
I hope so.
Yeah. How do you gain respect from other people?
I think listening is really important.
Okay, I'm going to listen.
Life is one is, you have to learn that from younger age. You can't learn anything when you're grown up. That's why we have to teach our kids to respect elders, or to respect themselves, or to respect the parents, to have manners everywhere. Yeah, and we have to teach them through telling them, show them, and through religion. Because our religion, it doesn't matter, Islam, Catholic, Christian, all those religions, they teach to learn to respect adults, to have manners, to become something like that, to avoid all the bad things. All the religions, not just
So maybe the kind of the kindness, respect, maybe listening as well, I don't know, but actually manners and positive values, I would say, they can come from religion too. It actually doesn't matter which religion, because it's about kind of set, like a common set of values that we can all set up together.
Yeah, and I think sympathy and empathy are really important. Just trying to understand each other and understand that everything has a reason. So that leads to compassion, I think, and that leads to respect. I don't know if people agree with me.
Okay, so you said, you've got to go on this bombshell. You've got to go. Okay, right. Okay. In which case, we'll get some final thoughts. Like, okay, so Rahma's going. Who else needs to go though? Yeah, I know. I know this is your posse, but we can get some kind of final thoughts. I mean, like, Rahma, shall we start? Actually, no, let's start with someone else. People, what do you think about this idea of shared values? What do you think about respect? And what do you think about your mum or auntie saying, we're going now?
Like Rebecca said, like you should
Okay, earn respect.
My final thoughts are like to the youth that we should like connect more and stop stop using our gadgets as much.
And what do you think about this idea that Nick is saying about everything happens? Did you say everything happens for a reason?
There's reasoning behind everything. There's context, and there's kind of an explanation for differences amongst people. But that should be celebrated anyway.
Okay, so things, everything happens in a context. What about yourselves? Girls, do you have any final thoughts? Any kind of things to add about this flower? What kind of flower is it? I don't know. Can you make up a name? Sunflower. Love it. Thank you very much for joining. Any final thoughts from yourself?
I think what you give away with that.
How do you give respect? Specifically, how do you show respect in your life? So body language, what do we communicate with our body language? Can we communicate respect for our body language? I mean, what do you guys think about this? Any final thoughts from you?
It's nice like kindness around us all the time because we're showing respect for others and the others learn from us.
This is a brilliant final thought. And also, be respectful and kind and you'll get the same back. You give or you get. Right? That's what he said. And the body language, yeah, that's it. Okay, so, yeah, thank you very much. So you've got to earn your respect.
I believe respect comes from a younger age, that we should all learn it from a younger age, because as we learn it from a younger age, you can take this on as you get older. You know, as they were talking about body language, that's the first thing people see when they meet you. Your language, formal language, your words, everything you use, everything should learn it from a young age, so if you use the skills in the future, which will impress people and make people respect you.
I just got this side question, how do you learn about body language? Is it a verbal thing or is it a non-verbal thing? And come and join us, this is a pop-up talk show, you're welcome to join. Yes.
How we learn body language, we can see it. You can the way people act, the way people act and how they move, how they walk. You can see if they're doing okay or they're struggling with something or they have problems.
Okay, so body language is not just a communication thing, but it can also reveal that people are going through something, or they've got some problems they're dealing with, so that's a very interesting point. Yes. What are you striving for? What are you hoping to achieve? Any particular things? Is there something to do with sports? Because I can see a little out.
Yeah, playing as a defender.
Okay, so you're a defender. Okay, well, good luck to you. I know nothing about football, so I don't know if it's season now or not season. Is it season? Yes. Are you winning?
Yes.
Arsenal's winning. Okay, good luck to Arsenal. It sounds like they don't need it. What, you don't support Arsenal?
I support everyone.
Okay, really nice on the fence comment there. Thank you.
I just want to thank you so much for this opportunity. community, and I was sitting here and listening to whatever they say. I have to tap myself, I have to thank myself, because I've done a good job.
Okay, well thank you so much for deciding to spend your afternoon here. Thank you guys. So yeah, enjoy the rest of today. Be respectful, have a good body language, whatever that means, and just have a great whatever you're doing next. And stop again. Come and join us again. So yes, Paul.
You asked a lot of questions today. It was so nice, but maybe you can a little bit about yourself. What would you live in daily life?
You know what, I could tell you a little bit about it. Also, I'm going to check. I'm just really paranoid we're going to run out of batteries. Nick, would you just have a look at the camera battery? Yeah, sure. And on the little receiver over there.